versus just saying, "Hey, man, I'm finna get off this phone."
Yeah, man. I'm gonna holler at you. I done said everything I need to say. It's time to
Yeah,
go.
you know, it's especially he said, you got to protect your energy because I got a cousin and I love him to death, man. But the nigga, he don't understand. His energy is what's causing him his vibration.
Yeah, sometimes,
And
hey, sometimes that happen a lot. You know.
yeah, yeah. I didn't. I mean, because I'm just such an upbeat person and so positive. It's backwards to me when I'm positive towards somebody else and then they give me negativity. That's always been my biggest downfall, bro. Is that I can't understand how if I'm giving you this, why I can't get it in return. But that's that
That's
old
just
saying,
sometimes.
the way to
Sometimes that.
treat you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's just sometimes I feel like that's just people's state of mind, like experiences. You know what I'm saying? So some experiences won't allow you to be positive because you've been through so many experiences that you only can see it from a negative point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Feel you, man. Think I think really what it is, bro, is I've never really feel as a friend, I've never really been totally honest to him. And I think that's the reason why I'm reaping the benefit of that, or not even the benefit, the result of my not being 100% honest with him.
right, right. Like, you accepting it is what's happening. Like, you accepting the energy to come your way is it not just cutting it off how it's supposed to be. Like, if it's not the right energy or whatever it is supposed to be. Like, I'm just using that word. You feel me? But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
you
I get what
know.
you're saying. This particular person, he's always been kind of he's the type of person who will give you his back, his blast. He give you his shirt off his back, but at the same time, he can be a complete dickhead.
Right, right.
And he hasn't moved like conducive to a grown man's movement as long as I've known him. And now that we're almost damn near fit in our 50s, I look at him and almost like, and even all his closest friends, we've all had these conversations. We just never had it to his face. But everyone says the same thing. Like, bro needs to wake up.
Yeah.
Like, he don't have no hustle. He don't have no job. All he wants to do is do the same routine. And he's been doing this for 20 years, which is get up, get high, find something to do,
Yeah,
and
but
then
see,
do every single day.
yeah,
And
that's what
but
I'm
listen,
saying. When you allow your
always,
environment to do that, and that goes back to what I'm saying. Like, you ain't allow you've only allowed what you seen to control what your outcome of your life is gonna be. So you won't allow yourself to get past those little small little hurdles. You stay stuck on them same hurdles. You know what I'm saying?
right. I never realized it till one of his close friends said it to me. He said it's jealousy, bro.
That could
He
be
said
true.
it's because but this is why he said, think about it. He said, y'all was in the exact same situation. Y'all had a girl, y'all had just one child, and y'all both didn't have no job or no car or nothing. He's like, you are here now. You have a car. Your son, your only child, is graduated. You have a good job that you've been working for years. You have your own place. Versus him, he's still staying underneath somebody. His name ain't on the lease. He ain't got no job, and he went and had three more kids after that. So he's looking at it from the outside in, like, damn, we was in the same boat 10 years ago. How did he get to this in less than five?
That
And
goes.
that's what I told him.
It's that
I said
mindset.
that's what I told him. I said his dad, and this is I'm gonna end it on this because we need to get to what we need to get to.
Yes, sir.
he he said I told him I said Unc, who's my guy's dad. Unc told me this before he passed away, and he said this when I was homeless, staying with them when we was in the same situation. He said, "Man, I tell my son all the time, get your shit together. You gonna look up. It's gonna be 15 years later, and you gonna be in the same boat." And he's like, "Mike, you too good of a dude. You got too much sense. My son seen it not have no sense. You, if you keep following it behind him, you will be in the same boat."
Yeah.
And I didn't. It was like it almost hurt my feelings because it was like, damn, you saying this about your son, and then you turn around and saying I'm a loser too. I ain't no damn loser. But
Hey,
Unc was keeping it 100% funky.
hey, man. I could feel that, man. I'm back at like you know what I'm saying. We're gonna get to the the spill after I say my piece on this, but hey, I found myself looping back around when I moved back to the crib, and I was doing just about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it took for Uncle Robert to holler at me. He told me, man, he you know what I'm saying. He was just like, hey, man. You can't do. I hope you don't plan on doing what everybody else doing. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, man, I know you way better than that. He was like, why you even come back? You know what I'm saying? He was like, why you even come back to do what they doing? You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, man, you need to pack up your stuff and get up out of here. He's like, or you gonna be just like, basically like the fam, man. And you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say no names or none of that, but you feel me? Like,
Yeah, it's
but
it's it's
it's respect. I mean, after I heard him tell me that, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. Probably 4 to 5 more months later, I packed up my stuff and I got up out of there because he was telling the truth. You know what I mean?
and this is the killer part. Both people that we're talking about who told you that and who told me that are two of the hardest working niggas we know.
Yeah, facts.
My uncle who passed away, he had worked 2 jobs for 20 years.
Yeah,
Nigga, I only know him being sleep to go to work or sleep because he just got from work. I never really seen that nigga other than holidays. I'm telling you, man, like when
hey,
you get jewels dropped on you from somebody who you can, you even if you don't necessarily admire them, you admire their work ethic and how they carry themselves. You have to take heed to that.
man,
You
that's
be a fool.
That's why I always big up Charles and Trail, man. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be no military nigga, man. But shout out to my cousins, man. They like some military niggas, man. They do what they do, man. Chuck about to go ahead and retire soon. So it's
Yeah,
real inspiring to see people
bro. He
you know.
he retired in April.
Yeah, you feel me? So you say he
Just got
retired in April?
he retired in April, and he
Damn.
just got his clearance for 100% medical. So he getting
Oh,
that bag now
yeah, shout out to my cousin, man. Getting this little
for
thing.
sure.
Hey,
And he just closed on his house.
oh, that's what's up. He where
Yep,
he
they
at? He in
moved
Texas still, or he up out of there? He up out of there.
part of my house in El Paso.
Oh, El Paso. Yeah, he way over there. He'll go back
Yeah,
for a
we're gonna.
little couple more dollars if they throw it to him.
I'm gonna tell him said
They
that.
throw him a couple more bucks, man. He might go right back into it to the service, man. Cousin ain't missing
uh,
no chicken, man. You know what I mean?
man, give me another piece.
Yeah. But all right, man. We gonna go ahead and get into the podcast, man. Hey, man, this the Bench My Podcast. It's your boy Broadway Beats. One half of the Bench My Podcast, and I got your boy with me, Neef. You know what I'm saying, aka Mr. Perp. You know what I'm saying. We ain't even got to go down the spill because every time I say he can get you perked up, if it ain't Vikes, man, he ain't messing with it, man. So I'm gonna cancel that out. You know what I mean? But yeah,
No doubt.
the NBA season done ended, and NFL, man, it's on the brink of coming soon. So we might begin. Not might. We will be getting some preseason games coming up soon. So that's what's up. But you know what I'm saying. Until then, man, we might hit y'all with some little. You understand me, man. So we gonna move forward, man. We didn't even get to talk about OKC winning the championship, man. Before we get up into our questions, man, how'd you feel about that? Them getting that ring.
It was deserved. It was deserved. They had been the best team all season. They had played at a historical level as far as like their win percentage, as far as the point differential, and they had an amazing home court advantage. With Oklahoma City, and that being the only major sporting team in the state, it just gives them that college feel, and they took advantage, and it was super unfortunate to see how it ended, and we can kind of rewind back into that another time, but ultimately it was well deserved. It was who I thought was going to win, who everyone thought was going to win, and I mean, it was the icing on the cake for Shea, for a historic run. And I think that he's well deserved. I watched a lot of stuff because a lot of things come out after or while you're on this type of run, and it was some stuff that Calipari, his coach in college, had said about him, and things that I didn't really know about his upbringing, as far as how his dad was real kind of on him, and how he transferred from one school to the next to try to get to his dream, which was being the NBA. He's just a very, very humble guy. It seems like nothing really, never heard nothing bad about him. He stays out of trouble. So, as much as I'm not a fan of the team or him per se, you can't not someone who's on that type of level as far as like their maturity and how they carry themselves and just his game overall. So I have to give it a thumbs up, man. I mean, salute,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Man, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of pissed off how it ended, man. I
Yeah,
did. Of course, the outcome is what I expected. Like you said, OKC they just played too well, but the ending. I mean, it was the playoffs up until the last. Game seven probably been one of my top five playoffs that I probably ever seen in my life. Like as far as like competitive and like man had me on the edge of my seat. Um, you know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, man, Shay deserved it. Man, everybody getting their money. So shout out to the whole squad. Everybody damn near getting their money, man. Too. Uh, I don't know. It's gonna be big trouble, man. Because next year, I just don't know, man. If these teams don't get it together, man, they might be able to double peak that because all they need is that core. You know what I'm saying? And that core is crazy. So you could kind of mix the other little pieces around. It don't really matter. But yeah, man, they played at a high level. Probably some of the best offense I've seen from one player. Well, actually, two players. You know what I'm saying? And then a supporting cast. But yeah, man, shout out to OKC, man. Um, we gonna go ahead and get to our first little question, man. So speaking of OKC, man, in this great run they had, just comparing them to like the Warriors back in the day, man, like with this great play, I was wondering, like, just kind of sitting back thinking, like, man, if this OKC team from 2025 played against Golden State in 2015, the Warriors that was 73-9, do you think they would be able to beat that team in a 4-game series?
this is obviously this is the Warriors team without Durant, right?
Without Durant, correct.
So I would have to say, whew, that's a great question. Hmm, part of me wants to be biased just because I dislike neither one of those. I don't like either one any better than the other,
Right.
but I'm a realist as far as who I think could take over a game. So, with that being said, that X's out Steph Curry and Shea. So, because they kind of X each other out. I feel like both of them are players that are capable of taking over a game, a series, etc.
Right.
Now we go to the next star player, Williams
Hey,
versus
Clay.
Clay. Damn
Wee.
near a toss too. That's like I said, that's damn near a toss up too. The
Man.
only difference is I would give Clay more the edge on 3-point shooting. So with that being K and Steph Curry.
All right.
So now I'm giving a point, one more point to each player for Golden State over OKC just because of their 3-point prowess.
Right.
But that takes away 1 point because Steph Curry ain't got the same type of defense as Shea, even though they kind of play the same type of defense. They neither one is really a on ball great defender, but they're great in passing lanes and kind of helping out and staying in the right spot.
Yeah.
But just off of the strength of Shea can block shots, I'm gonna have to give him the edge on the defense. So now we go to the third tier. We go to third tier. Now you're looking at Chet versus Draymond.
Right.
That's where I'm stuck, and I'm gonna have to go with OKC because Chet can give you more offensively,
Mm.
and even if he can't give you as much defensive prowess and passing, the fact that he can give you that dub easier gives him the edge to me over Draymond.
Okay.
And then going supporting cast, I'm gonna get an edge to the Warriors.
Okay.
Warriors bench was a lot deeper at that point. I believe they still had Iguodala.
Yes, sir. That was that.
That
That. Yes, sir. They
they
definitely.
had dude Spites or Marcus Spates or something like that. They just had a deeper bag to me bench wise. Now, granted, I'm probably missing out on maybe one more player, but OKC's bench ain't no slouch either.
True.
So I'm about damn near want to give that a toss up. I'm gonna give the bench a toss up.
Because you
Tie.
got Caruso over there. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
you got Caruso, you got Wallace, you
Oh,
got
yeah.
yeah, they got some balls, some dogs on that bench. So that's a toss up. Now we're gonna go to coaching, which is the right now in my head, I'm going the Warriors, but then when we go coaching, I'm gonna give the slight edge to the OKC's coach, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm.
Exactly, I know it's hard to say, but I've seen Kerr get out coached, and I haven't seen this young coach get out coached yet. Ty Lue ran circles around that goofball.
I can feel you.
And so, with that being said, I'm going to give the edge in a 4-game series to the Warriors.
You still went with the Warriors. Wow.
all
Okay.
that dance, all that dancing to go back to the original answer. The Warriors. Yep.
Yeah, you were shimmy shamming and all type of all everything.
Jackson dance shoes on.
Yeah.
It moonwalk around that question, but it's just because it's such a hard question when you think about it. Because
Yeah.
it's just such. It's damn near something I want to do on 2K. Just put them two teams against each other and
And
put it on simulate
see what
and just see
happened.
how. Yeah, a 4 game
Yeah.
series and see what happened. Do it 3 times and see if I get 2 out of 3 different results or something.
Yeah. Man. I think I
I
think
need
you I think
game.
I think you did a great assessment on it. Like I was trying to think of like some gaps and some spaces where I could like like what can I say? Like damn, you damn near said everything. Um Man, I think the keys to success, period, for both teams is canceling out them main guys, and that 73-9 Warriors team. Man, this is my issue. I'm gonna tell you what my problem is. Okay, so that team right there, even the team before the year before that, they could come back from 20-point leads like easy in 5 minutes. Like
Walk you down, and then they would do the same. Remember that was that time. I mean, that was around that era when the third quarter was just. They would go on these crazy runs in the
crazy.
third. Half the time they wasn't even playing, but like maybe the first 3 minutes of the fourth.
Man,
Steph
they
Curry on the bench.
listen. I done seen teams be up by the whole, like you said, the first two quarters they up 25, man, and then they turn back the lead, and get and win the game. So if we going off of defense, I think the key to me overall is defense and pace. I don't know if this OKC team will be able to handle the pace that Golden State had that year.
They was rolling.
They
They
was
was rolling.
moving. It was kind of similar to how like Indiana's pace is a little bit, but the thing about that team is everybody from the five to the last person on the damn bench could shoot threes. So you can leave nobody open. Like once Steph Curry get to cooking a little bit and Klay Thompson get to cooking, you leave anybody open. Like I'm talking about they hitting, and I think that might have been the year that we had Sean Livingston still. And he like Mr. Mitty talk about mid range. He was the mid range king. But damn, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. My biggest discrepancy is I don't know if Golden State had anybody to stop Shea.
I mean,
You
I'm
know what
sure
I'm
they would have
saying?
threw Clay on him. They would have threw Iggy on him. They would have probably threw Draymond. He could move it. This was back when he could move them puppies a lot quicker.
Yeah.
He would have had a hard time. It wouldn't have been real sweet for him. I say that.
It,
He
it,
still would have got his. He might have still got the dub, but it would have been tougher. And it would have been tougher for Steph and Clay too. So
yeah.
it's tough.
I think I, I
Toughness.
think I'm I think I'm with you on this one, man. It's gonna go to coaching to me and um shit, man. Steph, to me, man, Steve Kerr is ultimate. He was with Greg Popovich, man. So I don't really think no other team would have been able to beat this Golden State team if it wasn't LeBron James. It's just the facts. I just don't believe nobody else had that it factor to be able to do it. Um, I
About
just
how he did. You know
yeah,
what I mean? That was one of the greatest comebacks in NBA history. It took one of the greatest comebacks in NBA history, something we might never see again in life,
never.
for him to win that.
You feel me?
So
So,
yeah,
um,
it wasn't like OKC was up 3-1, or up beat Indiana 4-1, or you know what I mean? Like they was
yeah,
4-1 in everybody.
yeah. So, um, yeah, man, I just don't. I just got to be realistic. I want to put my fantasy mind on, and like that team was just it. Like I still don't believe how LeBron and them beat them. Like just being factual, just like how good they was. I still can't fathom it. I never did. I was happy as hell because I'm a LeBron fan, but I was like, damn, how did this happen? I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to OKC and Golden State for having great teams like that because I believe this OKC team, let me see, how many games they win this year?
I think they won 50, it was 50, 58,
68 and
58,
14.
68 and 14.
Yeah, so
Usher
they
me.
was close. So that's why it was a good question because they was close. They ain't lose that many games, so 68 and 14, they was damn near close to that record. You know what I'm saying? So it'd have been a great matchup because it's not too many teams that done won 68 games in one season. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to both squads. We gonna move right along. All right, man. We gonna move right along. To next question, man. Man, so we just got a little bit of NBA news, but we just want to get a little more detail from the news. Damian Lillard was just waived by the Milwaukee Bucks, man. After seeing Dame Lillard being waived by the Milwaukee Bucks, is this the end of an era of the players staying true to the franchise and starting to stay true to themselves because we probably seen the most injuries ever But do you think like they'll be like in the playoffs? Will they be more loyal to themselves or loyal to the franchise?
It all depends. It all depends on the player and the situation. You know, I think you're still going to see the same because it sports is a different type. You have to first of all, you have to be a different type of mindset person and guy or female to play sports and then play sports at an elite level. That's number one. So, and it's a camaraderie thing, it's a team thing, and then you got to think it's a lot of machismo and arrogance, if you will, cockiness, if you will, when it comes to playing injured, being
Right,
available for your team. As they say in war, going out on your sword
right,
or your shield. So I still think you're still going to see players that are semi-injured if they're far enough in the playoffs, especially if they're far enough in the playoffs, they're going to give it a go. Now, with that being said, I think these franchises are going to start to be smarter about it and save the player from themselves.
right,
Because at the end of the day, still a business. You're still a asset.
right,
You missing the whole season and not having butts in seats, gonna cost me in the long run. Yeah, we might be able to win this championship, but you're gonna start to see a lot more, especially if it happens during anything before the finals. You're gonna start to see people be a lot. But it ain't gonna be the player. The player gonna want to go out there and give it all, but it's gonna be more of the franchise. Like, hey, we decided as a franchise to hold him back. He probably could have went, but we want the longevity of our player and we love it. All that really means is we don't want to lose out on another season where we got less fans, less TV eyes on us because our star player is out a whole season.
right. Yeah, man. I think the players are going to be a little bit more loyal to themselves in these moments. We don't seen too many Achilles injuries. And so when I say loyal to themselves, that means more like Kawhi Leonard. Like Kawhi Leonard, he'll sit out. If he feels that tenderness and he knows that it's just it's gonna be worse the next day, he's not gonna go. And so I feel like more players who are franchise players are gonna think about being Dame Lillard, where the franchise doesn't believe in you. Well, okay, let's not say that. They don't believe in spending that extra bread to house you there and then be in the apron. Now, if you young like Tatum, then more than likely they'll sit there and wait it out. Like they ain't tripping on that. But it's probably more or less for the older players. So this question probably should have been for the older players because, like, let's be honest, if you like Cooper Flag and you tear your ACL, like, man, we ain't tripping. We not gonna wave you off the, you know what I'm saying, off the
Oh yeah,
list. If you're young,
it's definitely because he's older and he's expendable.
right?
You
So
know, you you at this point in his career, off of an Achilles injury at that, like, are we expecting anything close to even prime Lillard? He might be able to give you a quarter or even a half, but he's not going to, you know what I mean? Like that, those days are over with. So, with that being said, absolutely.
yeah, so yeah, so the older players might need to think. The younger players, to hell with it. It don't really matter. The franchise is gonna keep putting that money into you like they always been doing, and yeah, that's how I feel about it. Um, and I kind of agree with you as far as like, yeah, if I'm a franchise, I'm gonna think about it a little bit more. I'm gonna be like, okay, I got a player. He could play, but what's the probability of us winning, or how many games left do we got? Okay, we got 4 games left. Nah, we got to sit him out. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? If it's one game, maybe okay, cool. But like he put, Halliburton played like maybe 2, 3 games, and he already knew his, quad was messed up. So I'm thinking before that, when that happened in first games, and they know the quad messed up, they'll probably pull him out. Pause. But yeah, that's my answer for that. And man, yeah, we gonna move right along and get to some NFL, man. You know what I'm saying?
Head cracking.
Yes, sir. So ESPN betting odds favor the Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens, and the Bills to be one of the teams to win the Super Bowl this year. My question for you is, out of those four teams, which one do you think has the best chance of winning the Super Bowl? Out of the Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens, or Bills?
I'm gonna say Bills. I'm gonna tell you why. I feel the Bills have an easier road to winning their division. I don't trust the New England Patriots. I definitely don't trust the Jets. And who else is in that division? Miami is Miami. So they should win that division easily at that.
Right.
And I think in that AFC, the Chiefs have come down to earth, and the Bills have steadily been on a bumper this whole time anyway. I think the Bills got better on defense. I really like their young corner that they drafted. He's a ball hawk. That's what they kind of lacked. They got better and younger in their secondary. They got younger at defensive end and got Bosa. I think he's gonna be a huge, and if he can stay healthy, a huge addition. And they still got the same head coach. They still got the same quarterback. Hopefully, they can get this stuff figured out with James Cook because he's a big piece in that offense as well. But I just feel like they're the better team. They have the easier path to me to success. And with that being the case, with you having won your division early in the season, 2-3 weeks before the season's over, you can kind of rest your guys and get your game plan ready for the playoffs. Hopefully, they can get the 1 seed and have home field advantage throughout. But I feel like just looking at it from the four teams that we had to choose from, it's gonna be hard for the Eagles to repeat. I think that division has gotten better. I definitely see the Cowboys being better this year. The I almost called them Redskins. The Commanders, definitely gonna be good. They was good last year. The
Yeah.
Giants are gonna be better. Um, the Chiefs, like I said, that division has gotten better. With the coaching, the coaches that have gotten in that division, that's gonna be tough. Like
Yeah.
Andy Reid ain't just the greatest coach in that division no more.
True.
So, and then who was the third team? Eagles,
The
Chiefs,
Ravens
and
and the
Ravens.
Ravens.
The Ravens. And something about Lamar, man. Some about that boy. I think he's a Charles Barkley or something, man. I think he's cold when it gets down to that crunch. I know you don't like that analogy. That's your guy. Be your guy. I
Damn,
mean,
man.
just keeping it a beam, man. He
Man.
caught a stray, but you know, I just don't
Man.
because he ain't done it yet in the teams that he's been on. Like every team that he's been on that's gotten there, we're like, oh yeah, they're cold. That's the one to do it, and then something happens. So I
Damn.
don't know. Possibly I would love for him because I root for the guy. I love his mindset, his game, but I think he's just one of them jinxed guys that just can't get over
Man.
the hump.
Why? Why you gotta even say that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just straight hated on my whole answer. Like, I'm going with the Ravens, man. And you gonna call him Charles Barkley? I just damn near don't even want to pick him now, cause like, damn, like, man, you just got you
Let me hear
some,
your
huh?
Let me hear your argument. They got an easy division too.
No, no. I feel like okay. So my argument is this:
The
it's
Ravens should run away with that.
not only that about the division. It's I feel like at this point, Lamar done stacked up enough experience. You know what I'm saying? And so he's got a lot of lessons. Um,
He's definitely got enough heartbreak.
he's got a like to me his biggest problem is just not being able to perform at the highest level when it counts the most. And maybe it's being pressured a lot and You know what I'm saying, and just making the right reads. And I think over time, I think his reads should be better. You know what I'm saying? I'm banking on it, and then like just having Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins, and you know what I'm saying. They to me, man, they got a perfect offense set up right for him. He gonna rush and get him some yards. He gonna lead the league in that for quarterback rushing. He gonna pass. He gonna do what he do. The Ravens always got a decent defense, so we know they gonna be ready for it on D. So I mean, in the last 3 years, he's damn near been almost there each time. So you gotta put that in perspective. Like he ain't gonna like he can't keep failing. I know you called him Charles Barkley because like damn, like Barkley, he had that one little run and then you know what I mean. It just always felt like he couldn't quite get there. So I feel where you coming from because like he got all the talent in the world, but man,
No doubt.
sometimes it's just it's the teams you got to face and the game plan and the coaching, man. You know what I'm saying? But
But
huh?
this is my only disagreement to that. It always seems to be something he does bad. Like, it ain't just like the team. Oh yeah, he had a great game. He did everything he was supposed to do. He threw 3 touchdowns, no picks. Ran for almost 80 yards, a touchdown, and they lost by 7 because the defensive dude did something goofy. It be him.
It's
Like
all
it be him
it's impression. That's what I'm saying.
for a pick. So that's what I'm saying. Like
It's pressure.
that's what for me to put my faith in him to get that far versus Josh. Josh played his brains out and lost, and they changed the rule because of that shit.
True, true. Now, that's just me hoping and wishing, man. Lamar, man. Man, it's just like he the second coming of Mike Vick. I just want to see one of the first, good like rusher passers to just go all the way and get a ring. Like we didn't get to see that. Like
That's
real
a
true
great way.
ones, huh?
That's a great way to say it. A rusher passer.
Yeah,
That's a great way to say it because that's exactly how they're getting. You're not a passive rusher
he
because we
he
don't
gonna
look
run
at them
first.
as rusher. We look at them as rushers who have the ability to pass at a high level. But I would never consider, and he's gotten a lot better at that too. I'll say that too. Lamar's gotten a lot better on his touch and the way he reads the field. But we'll talk about
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Um, so I want to know, man. Before the season comes up. You know what I'm saying? We want to make the predictions right now, like, you know what I'm saying, out of the quarterbacks, man. Out of Mahomes, Allen, Jaden McDaniels, Lamar, Burrow, and Hurts. Who do you think gonna have the best season this year? What quarterback? Out of the
Go
top,
Burrow. I'm gonna
Burrow,
go Burrow. I'm gonna
Burrow.
go Burrow. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think the defense is gonna be better. I don't think they're gonna be much better, but they're gonna be a little bit better than they were. A lot, well, better than what they were last year. So with that being said, I don't think they're gonna have to play from behind as much and be down 14. But it's just the fact that he got both his receivers back, the camaraderie that they got, and then he's on a mission. He's on a mission, man. Like people have forgotten he was that dude. Like everybody was putting him
Yeah.
as the next up. You know what I mean? So and he ain't forgot, and he got the talent. And it's just about him staying healthy. As long as he can stay healthy, I think he's gonna be an MVP candidate. He'll probably either be top 3 or he'll probably win it.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you on that. He is a stud, man. So, um, I think who I'm gonna go with is probably Jalen Hurts, man. I just think all the pieces he got with him, it just makes it so hard for defenses to be able to guard him. Because If they doing anything they was doing last year with Saquon Barkley and they just you can't stop Saquon and he can get 100, then that just gonna open the field for, you know what I'm saying, Jalen Hurts. They ran the same. I guess I would call it I don't know what kind of offense they run. Is it West Coast offense? Run first, and then it open up the pass. But however it go, um, they're pretty damn hard to guard once both of
Yeah,
them is going. So that
they're
that
predominantly run, but it has so much RPO to it. You know, when you have an RPO to your offense, and that's a lot of your offense too. That's not the norm in the NFL.
it's just too good.
You know, yeah, the only other team that does that is the Ravens.
Yeah, like to me, the last time I seen a team be like that probably wasn't that good. Was probably like the Cowboys and the '94 Cowboys or something. You know what I'm
So
saying?
see, you know who's gonna be that way too this year is the
Oh,
Jets. Jets are gonna run a lot of RPO.
yeah,
They're gonna run a lot. I could see Garrett Wilson looking for his walking papers.
yeah, and if you successful at that, if they successful at that a little bit,
Oh, that's
they're going to be damn near going to uh, a championship division championship game for sure because
that's their, that's their best bet. Is their best bet as a team. I can tell you Aaron Glenn's philosophy without even having to see a single game. He's going to play good man coverage, and they're going to try to keep the score close. He's going to be like a Zimmer.
yeah.
But go ahead. We was talking about you was talking about Hurts and him being unstoppable.
You kind of. Hey, I was done. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like I just like anytime just having that type of offense, man. That's like ideal
Juggernaut.
for. Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
That's what you. Every team desires to be able to play that way. Not they never have those pieces, but we are like when you vision a team, like you always vision it and see it that way. You feel me?
absolutely. I mean, I impose my will on you physically, and you and I both know. See, that's the thing about football, man. Football is about your will.
Yeah,
I've seen littlest dude on the team be just an absolute maniac,
yeah,
flying, pop big dudes, because it's all about mindset. So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like they get themselves a chance because they had that physicality.
I agree. And that, and like you said, that's key. I think a lot of times, even back in the day, like, you know, we had Minnesota had some great teams, man. And when the playoffs came, that's
Man,
always what counted. It was the physicality. They all never had that extra level of physicality where it could get them over the. You feel me?
man, act like they is dandelions and just getting blown away, man.
Yeah,
Get some backbone, man. That's why, like I said, they got the players. They got the look at Hurts. I think squats like 500.
yeah,
Saquon squats like 500.
yeah.
AJ Brown looks like he could pick up a truck and throw it somewhere.
Facts.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
defensive like it's just when you have I call them mongoloids. When you have mongoloids
it's over
all
with.
in the offensive line, defensive line, it's just I've seen it, man. I remember when I played Pee Wee ball, man. I think I was the second or third grade. We went and played. I played for McCray. We played Powderhorn, and when we got to that field and we looked across that field, and them boys was big as my dad.
Yeah,
All had
you was like, boy, they
that.
got NFL players, boy. We only 11 years old.
And this is the killer. The game was over for that because when we was in the car going to the game, my homeboy was telling me about what was going to happen. He said,
that
"Yeah, man, Powderhorn, they big, man." I'm like, "What you mean?"
you
And them
knew it.
boys is And then when we got, like I said, we got out the car to go to the game, I was already nervous, and then I seen that across the field. Woo! Man, it was over with, baby. We got mollywopped. I think we got beat like nothing. It was bad.
Yeah, I done had a couple of those games, but we gonna go to the next one because we got some questions that kind of resonate with where you going, but that's a little bit later. So speaking about I spoke about the Vikings, briefly, but JJ, he's coming up officially. I would say this is really his rookie year because he got hurt last year, so he didn't really get a chance to do nothing. Um, will JJ McCarthy be the answer for the Vikings this year? And do you think he'll be a top 10 quarterback this season?
Okay, that's a great damn man. I like that. I love this question. So two reasons. One, I love it because it's the Vikes. Love to talk Vikes. That's first and foremost. Secondly, answer your question to the two-part question you asked. First part was, is he going to be a success for the Vikings long term? I believe, right?
Yes, sir.
I want to say yes for two reasons. One, we deserve it. I mean, we haven't had a franchise quarterback that we drafted since Dante.
Right.
Teddy was good. He was good. Teddy was good.
He
But I
was.
never felt like he was a franchise. I felt like he
Nope.
was above average starter almost.
Yeah.
Like he's good enough to keep you afloat, but I never felt like if we had to go against a Breeze or a marquee quarterback, he could stand on his own too.
He's that quarterback we just had.
Oh, blow for blow.
Who we just have? That's who he was.
Basically, and I would say Sam Donald's just talent wise better. Let's just keep it real.
A tad bit.
Physically gifted. He was just a
Yeah.
better athlete. Arm talent wise, I
You're
think
right.
mobility is probably about the same before Teddy had his. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
so that's not. So with that being said, I feel like McCarthy, his attributes, his winning ability, his rocket arm, his arm. See, that's the one thing I didn't know. His arm strength is actually, and his accuracy is a lot better than what I thought. I knew it was good because I actually got to see him live against the Gophers, and he got busy on us. I think we left in the third quarter. It was ugly.
Oh,
But
yeah.
anyways, and with that being said, I got to see it with my own eyes in college. I like his pedigree, and I just think that we're due.
Yeah.
Dante is the last one, so we do. That's number one. Number two, as far as the top 10, I believe he will, just because two reasons. One, I think he's going to be one of the top three that were drafted in that class. I think it's still always going to go Jaden because he had the best year. I don't think but JJ is going to have that good a year, but I think it ain't going to be far off. And I think he might creep into that top 10 just because I think he's going to have such success because O'Connell has been able to do it with any quarterback.
Right.
And the weapons that are around him, he's got a better offensive line. This defense is now going to be in their third year with the same defensive coordinator. The defense has gotten, some stuff bigger. They got to figure their secondary out. But overall, I just think he's built for success. And I just think that we're giving him the best opportunity to have success. He's not coming into a whack team. We was 14 game winnings last year. The year before that, even though we had the injuries, we still almost made the playoffs. And then the year before that, we won 13 games. So he's coming into a franchise that's on the winning edge. It's just a lot of pluses that are going to keep him. But he's a rookie. He's going to have some downfalls, some games where we like, man, what the hell is he thinking?
Right.
But overall, I think he's gonna have a great season for us.
Okay. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think he should have a great season, and the reason why I feel like is we already got the pieces. The only thing I'm questionable about, which I have been questionable about for the last maybe 2, 3 years, is our running backs. So it goes back to that same thing we was just talking about. If our running game can be a lot more effective, then it'll be easier for his stats to look good. His QBR will be nice if our running backs are able to create some take off some pressure away from him always having to like pass and trying to make hero plays and things like that. But as far as like the pieces, like we just got all the right pieces, man. We got JJ with him. You know what I'm saying? The O line done improved, especially for passing. Not for rushing, but for passing, it's pretty damn good. And like you said, man, the defense, I feel like they're going to be pretty decent again this year. Right now, it's just going to be up to him, just learning each player what they like, and taking chances and not playing too safe. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to need somebody, because I feel like Sam Darnold, he was the safe guy. We need somebody who's going to be able to take chances, because that's going to be what's going to get us past to the next level. And if JJ could do that, then we it's looking good for us. You know?
JJ has never had a history of holding the ball too long. That's always been the knock on Darnold,
Yeah.
is that he'll hold the ball too long and he'll try to wait for that wide open bomb, and he'll take a sack. And once people started to figure that part out, they just started mugging everything up at the line. Like, oh, we're not gonna beat you're gonna beat your wide receivers up, because he's willing to just sit back there and wait for these niggas to get open.
Yeah.
And
He's
we know the offensive line ain't. I mean, even if it was at its best, they could only hold up so much if we're bull rushing.
right.
I mean, we're not. We know he's waiting the whole. He's not gonna throw. We're not throwing nothing short. So that's another part of the aspect of our offense. I think, like you said, goes piggybacking off of your answer, which is our run game is key.
You're right. It got to be. That's number one. If that could happen, we know we're gonna be successful at passing. That's not a question. It's just if the run game can open up a little bit, then the passing is gonna be a lot more easier. It ain't gotta, like I said, be feeling like a hero. Like you always got to be a hero to make a play. It's gonna take some of the pressure off of him to be able to take chances when he need to. You know what I'm saying? If you always feel like you playing hero ball, then everything feel like you taking a chance, which is gonna create a little bit of fear and make you take shorter passes and things like that. So you want a quarterback to feel free when he out there, and that run game is what makes quarterbacks feel free to be able to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? It's no different from like coming off the bench in basketball. If just come off the bench, they want you to just shoot threes. It's like, damn, that's going to be hard. Like, you got to let me open it up with a layup or two or a midi. You know what I'm saying? That's how same thing for the quarterbacks. They need that run to open it up to create some more confidence. But yeah, man.
So really love, but and I know if he would have never did this to us, we would probably maybe even go after him, as Alvin Kamara type. Like, Alvin Kamara in our offense would be filthy, but
Yeah.
he should have never did that. Laughing at us, thinking he was
Yeah.
losing, and then he got his heart broke. But he did dash on us for 6 touchdowns on Christmas. I don't even want to talk about it. Go ahead. Let's go
Yeah.
to the next
All
question.
right, man. We're going to go to the next category, which is bench or start. You know what I'm saying? Where, you either bench or you start, whatever the topic is, man. So, man, bench or start. Mike Brown as the head coach of the New York Knicks. Does he fit the culture? Go ahead.
Man, I don't know how Mike Brown keeps getting jobs, man. That brother he must got something like the best interviewing skills on the planet Earth, because he know he can slide up in a job. I don't know, man. Honestly, it's the Knicks, so I think they jacked it up. I think they dropped the ball. I don't see this. It's just too much pressure on him. You got to basically get to the finals.
Yeah.
You have to get to the finals in year one.
Damn.
Like, That boy's gonna be sweating bullets. Watch, we gonna be watching Mike Brown. He
Damn.
might be, he might have some type of situation. Knock on wood. I don't want that on nobody, man. But that's a lot of pressure, bro. This is New York
You put the
in
juju on.
2020.
You put the juju on Mike Brown early, boy.
No, Juju, I'm just keeping it real. You come on. We are we are sports fanatics. We
Yeah,
have watched sports for over 20 years. So you know as well as I do. This
man,
is what happens when you drop the ball. You can't fire your coach, not have a coach in place, try to get everyone else's coach. That don't work.
damn,
And then you got to the finals the year before. That's tough, man. The
man,
only team that I see be able to do that had Michael Jordan on it. I watch it all the
man,
time.
damn,
Come on, man.
damn, damn,
Let's
damn.
keep Man, they suck fuck themselves. Hey, Knicks fans, don't come at me. I love y'all. Y'all one of the diehardest fans. I love y'all. This y'all love for your team. Like after y'all wins, y'all be going crazy out in front of the daggone Madison Square, having a whole party. That's what's up. But y'all dropped the ball with this coaching, and it's gonna backfire on you. This is going.
Damn.
Y'all ain't gonna get nowhere near the finals. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Damn. He went hard on y'all. So I'm taking you benching that play.
Bench, Mike. Don't even bench him. Uh, what did
Injury reserves.
he's watching and taking notes at practice. He ain't even on the practice court.
Damn.
That's how bad they're benching him.
Damn, damn, damn. Man, I'm gonna have to agree with you on this, man. I'm gonna have to bench him. And the only reason why I'm gonna bench him, it's not he a bad coach or nothing. My problem with Mike Brown is I think he's good for developing teams. So like, he was there with Brian when he was developing LeBron. He was there with Sacramento when he was developing De'Aaron Fox. He's a
He's a
wonderful
great
assistant. You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Tremendous words right. How tremendous assistant. But as far as head coach of a team that went to the finals, cut it out.
I'm just keeping it real. He's a wonderful assistant, which I think personally is his best role is to be an assistant
Yes,
because
yes,
I think he's a player's coach. So like he's perfect for the players when you tired of hearing
yes,
head coach. But
yes.
I don't
But
know
he
if he's
can't be
I don't
coach.
I don't
In
know if
that
he
situation,
can go what you was gonna say? My bad.
say he did that to being the head coach with the Knicks. You got to think, bro. A lot of them players, all of them are vets.
Oh yeah.
And you got a clique. As much as niggas don't want to admit it, that's a clique. That Villanova squad.
Yeah.
That's a clique. Them brothers is real, real tight. Towns is trying to get into that clique, and it ain't really so far kind of jailed like people thought it would.
Yeah.
Towns is just good, so he gets his numbers, but you can tell there's something in that chemistry. I hope Mike Brown, with him being a player's coach, can get that together. And who knows, he might hit lightning in a bottle
Man,
and
but
be able to get him to jail. But me personally, I just don't see it because
he to
he's
me
never been able to do that.
yeah, I don't think he. So this is my problem. I think he's perfect. The reason why I say he's good as development because like the younger you are, the more to me you're gonna hear him out because he's not the authority type. He's not really gonna call you on your shit. Like let's just be real. He don't got time for that. So he's gonna play it the politically correct way when handling players. So he's not gonna call these guys out on their shit. Like he needs to call them out on it. Like it's better he can pull the younger guy to the side and it's cool for them to understand it if that makes sense. But like when he ain't the main guy, the players gonna come to him because he's more understanding, if that makes sense. Because he don't gotta lay down law. So it's easy to be, hey man, Steve said this, Steve did that. That's to me the better role that he plays, and you can see it within his character. Um, at this point, like you said, all those guys is vets, and he's gonna have to be able to call them out on their bluff, especially Carl Anthony Towns. And so I don't know if I'm damn near 150% sure he can't do it. So I expect him to be there for a year, maybe a year and a half if they can't find nobody else. But he's gonna be up out of there real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna bench him. All right. So moving right along, bench start, man. The Olympics, man, 2028 Olympics, they have decided to add in flag football. Bench start.
I'm gonna start it, man. I'm gonna start it. I'm just salty that it happened in 2026 and not 1996, because then I might have had a chance to actually get my butt up in that thing. But other than that, it's just I would love to see it on a world level. I think we're gonna dominate real bad like we did in the Olympics in basketball. Even if we just have regular people, it's gonna take at least 5 years for other countries to really catch up to us as far as like the IQ of the game. But you never know, man. It might be some super fast cats or some real, because it's the day of the internet. People ain't as sleep as I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I just want to see it. I want to see how it's gonna play out.
Right, right. Man, I'm gonna have to go ahead and bench that, man. I don't want to see no damn flag football, man. I want to see niggas get tackled. Hey, man, if we gonna play, man, let's play for real, man, and not for fake, man. For play. So I don't want to see it, but when it happens, yes, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be something that I enjoy, but because I'm gonna see players that I don't know, and also it's probably gonna be players that are in the NFL playing for their country. So that'll probably be nice to see too. So who knows, man? They ain't gonna have no damn quarterbacks. So hey, man, we gonna win for sure. We gonna have all the top guys that's quarterbacks. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? But I'm benching that. I don't want to see it, but if it comes, I'm gonna
Hey,
watch
man,
it.
it might be a Yuko's tsunami with a with a 80-yard BB gun coming out his arm, man. I'm telling you, man, you never know. It might be the next thing come up out of there.
True.
That's why I'm saying I'm intrigued. Like,
You might see
I'm
some new
not really
talent.
for players. I'm intrigued to see the other countries' players,
Yeah.
to see what they got. You know what I mean? Because
True.
it might be a Tony Gonzalez out there.
Yeah.
For a Puerto Rican team or something like that. You never know.
Hey, somebody might get a job. Hey, to being honest with it, for real,
That's
for
what I'm
real.
saying.
So,
That's what, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie though. This one thing I will say: if I was younger and it happened, I would have definitely got me a little jersey though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably would have scooped me one, but I don't know if I'm gonna do no flag football this old. I can't do it, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I probably would have got a jersey. Okay, bench your start, man. Okay, you starting the franchise, man. Bench your start, man. Carmelo, Anthony, or Tracy McGrady in their prime. Who you going with? Carmelo's dominance or T Mac's all around game?
Boy, T Mac, man. You know me, man. I got to have that three. I got to have that defense, man. Melo, I love you. He's a pure bucket, but I got to have that defense. You can put defense around a pure offensive scorer. We've seen it done. But I personally, like I said, if you're going to give me just as much scoring and you could give me something on the back end, I got to go with that. So I'm going T Mac all day.
Okay.
Bench Melo.
Damn. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm going Carmelo all day, man. Carmelo, hey, seen him. Hey, he was from my time, man. So I'm a roll with. If it's Carmelo O'Brien, they graduated that year or a year before me. So hey, look, man, I always got to roll with the team. It's hard as hell to pick who I really go with off of like principles and gameplay, but I mean, if I'm gonna start Man, I'm gonna go with Carmelo, man, because his all around scoring prowess is just it's crazy, man. So I don't know if we'll win the ring, but it do also depend on what players I put around him. But I'm at the bench T Mac. In T Mac was getting injured like a mug, so yeah, you know what I'm saying. We'll go with the healthy guy. Hmm.
You definitely right. I said availability is everything.
Them knees, man. So we gonna go with the available guy for sure. Okay, bench or start, man. We back to the NFL, man. Bench or start, man. If you gonna start your franchise, man, you know what I'm saying? Who you gonna build around, man? Mike Vick or Lamar Jackson, man? Who you going with, man? Let me know.
Oh, this is Bigster, man. I don't even when I see
Man.
when I hit that when as soon as you got to saying the words out your mouth, I couldn't even. All I could see was the Vic experience, man. You know what I mean? Like it was something special, man. I seen Lamar. He not doubting. I mean, Lamar was the truth.
Yeah.
He won a Heisman. The boy was cold in college, just like Vic. But Vic has a stronger arm. He's he was more in tune with the passing game,
Lefty.
and overall his dog in him. The I just felt like when Vic is in his prime, there was nobody on the field that was better than him. Even if they had like he went into Lambeau and got a dub
True.
like early in his career in the playoffs, like Atlanta. This
Yeah.
is a dome team, and it was cold.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I'm going with the Vicster, man. Lamar,
To the
have
bench.
a seat.
Damn.
Have a seat, man.
Damn. Hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. Like, I don't think I never seen a two-way quarterback better than Mike Vick. I don't give a damn how good you is because to me, you just the second coming. So you know what I'm saying. In Mike Vick, he had that left hand, man. You couldn't. Hey man, you ain't know any could run in pass with it. So
And
hey, listen, you. Hey, listen, man. If you was there to see it, man, Mike Vick was probably the best quarterback I have ever seen, talent wise. That never got to be to his prime. Like they took
I'm
away his
still
prime
sick.
years. You feel me?
I'm still sick. I had a chance to see him live in color. My homeboy had tickets. We're so goofball. We don't even want to go to the game. We're trying to sell the tickets. Can't
Damn.
even sell them. So we end up just going back to the crib, to my homeboy's crib, and smoking and watching the game. Do you know how sick we was when we sat there and watched him break the rushing record for quarterbacks?
Yeah, I'd have been pissed.
That would have been two games I had been to in my lifetime where I seen something historic. Because I didn't mess up the opportunity to go see the Vikes on my birthday, and they ended up. That was the game that Adrian Peterson went for 296.
Oh yeah.
I was in the building. I seen it live. It was man. It was like he was playing against high school kids.
Yeah. And that building went crazy, I bet.
But man, it was pandemonium. This is the old stadium. This ain't the
The
new one.
Metrodome.
Yes.
Yes, sir. That real thing. The real thing. Hey, all right, man. We finna push on to the TBQs, man. So, man, I just want to know, man. We still on the NFL, man. I just want to know, man, who's your all time GOAT running back? You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
ooh,
Who you
ooh.
going with?
That's ooh, man. You really put me in a mindset right there because the first name that came to my mind was BS, man, Barry
Yeah,
Sanders.
true.
That was the first mind that came, but then I'm like, I liked it Emmett just a little better,
Yeah,
just a little better, and it was just his durability and then how smooth he was. Like it never really looked like Emmett was working hard.
true.
You know what I mean? He was getting busy. Now, granted, he had the better offensive line and team, so maybe that had a lot to do with it. But
Yeah,
to answer the question, I'm just gonna go with BS, man, because that was my first mind,
Yeah,
and he did more with less. Like his team
yeah,
was high duty. He always had a duty quarterback. Rodney Pete was probably the best quarterback that he had as far as like drafted, I believe. But then that I can't remember the dude that came in that was decent for him too. After him, but he just never really had the talent around him. He had Herman Moore. I think he had another little crafty receiver with him too, but they just never really had teams around him for him to be successful. He was like the whole offense, and he carried
yeah.
that team for years. So I'm gonna go Barry Sanders.
I can feel that. I can feel that. I'm gonna be honest. My struggle was between Barry Sanders and Jerome Bettis. So you
Us.
picked Barry Sanders. So I'm gonna go with the bus, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. For the bus to be as big as he was and to be running like that, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give him his props. I mean, he was running shit over. You know what I'm saying? If he was in the way, he was like a running fullback. You know what I'm saying?
But
He was all that. He was a bulldozer. He was running things over. Um, I,
then he
I,
had breaking. He got loose.
yeah, and I was, the reason why I struggle with him and Barry, and I'll go back and forth with this all the time because I just Barry had the moves. He was like the Michael Jordan of running backs as far as like the finesse in his moves, the agility, how he made stuff look easy as far as like the cuts and getting in between two players and making space and getting around them. And I mean, Barry was slick. He was cat like, you know what I'm saying? And so that's where my struggle is like I never seen nobody that good as far as like slick as a running back. So but yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go with Jerome Bettis. But yeah, that was my struggle, man. Between them.
I'm gonna say this: honorable mention is Walter Payton
Yeah.
and Gail Sayers.
Yep. I can agree. Facts. I ain't get to see them, but I definitely seen their
I didn't.
highlights and
I
that
seen it's either one of them either, bro. They was both gone by the time I was old enough to really understand or watch football. But I just
them
the
highlights
film that
though.
I
Yeah.
yeah, and then that's what I say to you too. You probably didn't even get to see Jerome when he was with the Rams.
I seen highlights, but nah, no.
I didn't really watch the games either. I saw highlights too. So, but the highlights I saw, that brother was young. He was a little leaner then, and like I said, if he got to that breakaway, he was gone.
Yeah, he was out of there. Um, okay, so let me ask you, man. When in your football career, man, just thinking back, man, what was your first pair of cleats, man? What brand? And was that
Oh
your choice
man.
of? Was that your pick of choice? Um, yeah,
Okay, so this is the honest to God truth. I went to a place you might remember, you might not, called Play It Again Sports.
yes, sir.
And so Play It Again Sports was like a sports store where they had used stuff and they had some new stuff. And so the used cleats I ended up getting because my mom didn't really want to pay no 60, $70 for no cleats.
Right.
So I got some used. They was actually Nike and they was like high top. They was black and they wasn't horribly used, but they was used. And it was like $25. That was the first pair of cleats that I got with some used Nike black and white cleats. The
Okay.
Nike check was white and the shoe was black, and they was high top.
Okay. Okay. Well, my first pair of cleats that I got, we didn't even get to go to the store, man, because mom's wasn't even. She was to hell with them damn cleats. Boy, they cost too much cleats. So you know what I'm saying. These was my Potterhorn years, man. I mean, not my Phelps years before I played. These are my Phelps years. So, coach, he like, damn, you ain't got no cleats. I'm like, nah. He like, man, what size you wear? I'm like, it's like 12 or something. I'm like, I wear a 9. He like, bet, okay, I'm gonna see what I can find for you. So he go find me a pair of the Air Pumbas. I was in a pair of the Air Pumbas, Migasitos, man, and they was low tops. There was low tops and they was used, and they been ran around in hella times. They looked like baseball cleats, but they were soccer cleats. Yeah, man. So that was my first experience, man, for sure.
Oh, man,
I was sad.
that's
I'm gonna
funny.
be honest. I was sad as hell when I had to get those, boy. I had the Air Pumbas. I was hot. All right,
Oh
so
man.
yes, sir. So we gonna move to the last TBQ question. Be honest, man. Yo, playing in your short football career, high school, pee wee, whatever. Man, have you ever been Madden hit stick before, man? And if you did, man, what was your moment, man? How was that? How'd that moment go?
You know what's funny is as you were saying it, I was thinking about it. I'm like, playing with pads, I was lucky enough to never get popped. I
Okay.
got I got I got side swiped on a kick return when I played for Henry, but that wasn't really a hit stick to me. Like I seen it coming. We kind of bumped shoulders. He just got the little best of me and bumped me backwards, but it wasn't really like he threw me backwards or you know what I mean? Like so it wasn't
Yeah.
really that bad. So as far as a true hit stick, that actually happened to me outside of playing with pads. And it
Mm.
was just a pickup game that we used to do on Thanksgiving called the Turkey Bowl. Shout out to my guys that was in the Turkey Bowl. Um, and I was playing quarterback and I got blindsided.
Mm.
And I was playing with my glasses on like a goofball.
Oh
So
man.
when I got hit, it was like he hit me so hard, the ball flew out my hands, glasses shot up in the air, my back was like I flipped over, like you know how you get hit and your legs flip over your head.
Yeah.
It was one of those. Like it was that bad that I got hit from behind and flipped over, and my legs flipped over my head. Like I said, my glasses shot somewhere. So I'm trying to find my glasses as I'm trying to find the ball at the same
Yeah.
time.
It's just a
I
bad
don't find
experience.
the ball. That gets scooped up and scored. I'm still trying to find my glasses as I hear them laughing
Damn.
and celebrating in the end zone. So, and I had to I was never the same after that. Before that, I had probably threw 3, 4 touchdowns. After that, I threw 3 picks.
Oh, he was thinking
So
too much.
it's rattled. Bro, like I said, I tell people all the time, we watch it on TV and we be like, oh man, why is that dude? He ain't, he looks nervous now. Why is he?
He got
Yes,
hit.
after you get hit real good, your mind goes into panic mode.
Yes, sir.
I can just imagine playing in front of 60,000
Oh
and
yeah.
300 pound monster is trying to get me, and he didn't got me already.
Yeah, man. That takes me to my story, man. I ain't had a ball or nothing. I played middle linebacker. I ain't had a ball, but I got Madden hit stick though, like straight up. Um, I was it was one of Mike Blitz. I was the middle linebacker, so they called Mike Blitz, right? So I'm lined up. I'm lined up. I see the quarterback. It's a nice little gap. So I'm just focused on the gap in the quarterback. So on the Mike Blitz. So I'm going and I'm running. I'm talking about full speed. I think I was playing against who was we playing against? Maybe Franklin. We might have been. Yeah, we was playing against Franklin. So I'm running full speed. I see quarterback. I mean, I'm about to light. I'm about to light the quarterback up. But the fullback, he must have did like a decoy pass, decoy like short screen pass. Uh, he did runs and hit his screen, but the quarterback don't pass. It's a decoy. So the whole time I don't see him. I'm thinking, oh shit, he's going to run his route. The decoy threw me off, so I'm looking dead. I'm like, I got the quarterback. It's over with. Man, he hit me from the side, boy. And when I say I was off my toes, Man, boy, I landed on my back. Man, it was over with, man. I damn near seen stars when I got hit by him. And it's like you said, after that, they had called a Mike Blitz. But like I was too aware, like so I didn't after that I didn't even really run hard to go try to like sack the quarterback because I was too worried about cuz he hit me with something and it was one of them ones that you don't see. And them ones be hurting. It ain't like if you see it, it don't hurt.
Side.
You know what I'm
When
saying?
you don't, when you got a chance to brace yourself or get ready for the impact, it's a lot easier to take. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, as you were saying it, I had to take that back. I actually did get one, and it was my last year playing corner for Henry, and it was in the playoffs against the Velt. Not the playoffs. It was our last game at home because we didn't make the playoffs,
Right.
and they had ran like a. It might have been like a little actual screen or maybe a little handoff to the fullback, and he had got like 20 yards of steam, and he was one of them little bowling ball type running backs. Like he was probably about a good 190, 200, and he was only probably about 5'4", 5'5". This all bowling ball. And he's coming downhill right at me, and
Yeah.
instead of me going low, I met him like right at the helmet, and the helmet caught me right in the shoulder, bro. Literally, shoulder out of place. I'm running off the field.
Yeah, you got hit.
They
Hey, yeah, you sat it down for the rest of the game after that.
sat me down. He was like, "You're done."
Yeah.
Took my helmet. It was over. I'm like, "Dang, man!" I had a stinger. They didn't know if it was separated or not. This is before they just they did any like real they uh help for you to on the sideline in high school. I mean, other
Yeah.
than check to see if a broken bone, they didn't feel no broken bones in my shoulder, so they just was like, "Yeah, you probably got a stinger or a separation." So you done for the game. We was getting mollywopped anyway.
Yeah. That sound about right. All right, man. So, hey, cause I don't play on some trash teams, like for real. But
We lost every game, man. Every game.
that sound like when I played for Harding, we was trash. Boy, when I say trash, trash,
Man,
trash,
we was
garbage.
so trash here. We would be talking about what we would do in the game, not winning the game. We
Yeah,
already knew we wasn't gonna win, so we like, oh man, at least I get
I got my
5, 6.
touchdown.
I get a touchdown or two. I'm
Yeah,
good. Tough.
yeah, that's trash. Um, all right, man. So we gonna go ahead and close it out, man, like we always do. Before we get out of here, man, you already know what time it is, man. It's that section, man. Neef Snugs, man. Where, man, you gonna catch you a gym or two, man. So, Neef, man, I just want to know, man, what was the first lesson you learned when you started living on your own? You got out here on your own, man. What was the first lesson you learned?
First lesson that I learned living on my own was you have to have a routine on how you do your bills and especially what you eat. Those there's it's a I think it's a Geico commercial where the girl said something to the extent of like you now that you're an adult, and it was like she was talking to a graduating class. She was saying you got to figure out what you got to eat every night of your life. Like
Right.
that was one thing I never really took into consideration as a child. Is that it's going to be that critical to your day to day because it's something you really have to budget, and if you're smart you take the time to actually get groceries and get have the stuff on hand so you're not having to go do all this last minute or buying food every day, which I was
Yeah.
like a goofball because I was young.
True.
But then second part is definitely routine of paying your bills. Like you definitely want to get in a routine and it kind of have you a billboard, if you will. I'm old school, so I write everything down. You can do it on your phone if you need to as reminders, but you definitely want to get in a routine of how you manage and budget your bills and your finances. Because the quicker you can get on top of that, the better you're going to be in the long run. You don't want to be in a position to where you're not really paying attention to that, and you get into a situation where it's a bill you missed because you just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, or if you like me, I thought shit. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was okay. Rent. I thought it was just like pay rent. I ain't factor in. Okay, you got to pay the lights. You got to pay your phone bill. You got to make sure you got gas money to get back and forth to work. You know what I'm saying? That means all the little small things you don't think of, and you know what
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
saying?
really take consideration, and you know the chance of something bad happening. You
Yeah.
want to, if you're budgeting and you're doing your due diligence with your finances, when that happens, which is gonna happen, because that's just how life goes. You want to be in a situation where that doesn't really burden you too bad because you've already taken that in consideration.
Right.
So yeah, I would definitely, those would be my main two nugs, is a routine of how you pay your bills and how you gonna feed yourself. If you
Yep.
get those two down, everything else is just gonna fall in line.
Yep. Them is facts, man. Well, hey, man. We about to get up out of here, man. We probably finna get us. I'm about to probably twist me some nugs. I don't know what y'all gonna do, but hey, I'm finna break down me some sativa or some indicas or something. I don't know what the hell, but hey, look, man, it's the backpack. I mean, it's the Benchmark podcast, man. It's your boy Broadway Beats, man. Hey, I got Neef, Mr. Perp, and man, hit the like button. Hey,
Uh,
subscribe, do whatever you can, man. But we out of here, man.
Stay blessed.